Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be the December Shopping Our Stash collab. This is a collaborative project I do with my friend Elisabeth every single month. I will have her channel linked down below as always so that you could check out her video and see what shadows she shopped her stash for this month too. The color we settled on for the month of December is silver. We both felt like silver and gold were really good colors for this month because of Christmas and New Year's, but we'd already done gold, so we both agreed on silver for this month. I'm really glad we picked silver because there's a palette that has been haunting me all year long. Basically, for the entire year of 2019, the ABH Sultry palette has never left my mind, and it is that silvery shade on the bottom row that I can't stop thinking about. So I knew it would be a good idea for us to shop our stash for silvers so I could get this out of my system and realize that I have that shadow in my stash. And I think, although I don't have that shadow for direct comparison, I think I found some pretty good dupes in my stash for that shade. I have to tell you guys that Beautylish almost got me during the month of December when they did the combined Sultry palette and Riviera palette from ABH for like a $49 bundle. It almost broke me, but I resisted, I held out. That being said, I'm really glad I'm shopping my stash for silver because that one shadow would have been the reason that I would have bought both palettes, and I don't need to do that. Beautylish got to the heart of my FOMO. 2 limited edition palettes on sale. I mean, like, that is the epitome of what typically has made me bite the bullet and buy something that I might not actually need. So, I don't know if that offer is still on sale at Beautylish. However, let's shop our stash for some silver. Let's talk about what's on my eyes right now. On the majority of my eyes is this MAC pigment in the shade Platinum. It is beautiful in this package. It's more beautiful in the package than I think it actually is on my eyes, but it's beautiful. I really like it. And then on the inner half of my eyelid, I tapped a little bit of the shade Aluminum from my Natasha Denona palette, just to give it a little bit extra sparkle. This one right there. So I'm going to start by swatching those two for you first, and then we'll look into some of the other silvers I have. Fun fact, after Elisabeth and I decided on the shade silver for this month, she came home and had the whole video filmed within like an hour. She said she didn't have too many silvers. I thought, oh good, maybe I won't have too many silvers. I have too many silvers. Too many silvers. Unfortunately, my hands are already getting dry, so I don't know how good these swatches are gonna look. We're gonna do the best we can. Okay, so this top one, oh my gosh. Did that hurt your eyes a little? This top one is the shade Platinum from MAC, and this one is Aluminum from Natasha Denona. They look very similar swatched. I think the Natasha Denona shines a little bit brighter on my lids than the MAC pigment on its own, so they look pretty much the same. I have a whole bunch of singles in the shade silver, so let's get those out of the way. I have this Bare Minerals pigment. This was recently in my advent calendar. I don't know what the name of it is because the sticker has fallen off. While shopping my stash, I really tried to stay away from taupey silvers and from purple silvers and green silvers. I tried to keep it as true silver as I could. There's the Bare Minerals one right there. Because otherwise, this video would have doubled in the amount of eyeshadows and time it takes to film. So I tried to stick to true silvers for this video. This is my L'Oreal Hip High Intensity Pigment Metallic Shadow Duo in the shade Platinum. Obviously, I'm going to swatch this guy right there. There it is right there. I'm gonna look like the Tin Man. This is a Sephora eyeshadow. This is in the shade Chance to Sparkle. It's called Sequin Glitter. It's got a little bit of cushion to it, at least it used to. It's like a cream to powder formula. There it is right there. A little bit deeper compared to some of the others. This is a NYX single in the shade Tin. There it is right there. This is another Sephora single. This is in the shade Outrageous Metallic Gray. I think we can all agree that metallic grays are silvers. Huh. Maybe it's not a silver. Maybe it's just a metallic gray. There it is right there. Okay, I have another NYX shadow. This is in the shade Smoke and Mirrors. And I can hear it rattling around in the packaging. I think it is separated from the pan and it's cracking. This is on the dark end of silver. It's a lot like the last one actually. Right there. Smoke and Mirrors, and this last one was the Sephora Metallic Gray. It's a little bit darker. Okay, I have my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Liberty. This is a bold, 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 bright metallic silver. I think I've only worn it once, but when I did, I posted a picture of it on Instagram and I got a lot of compliments, which was nice because I wasn't feeling really confident in this Super Shock Shadow. It almost seemed too silvery. If there could be such a thing. There it is right there. Okay, I have my Kiko single in the shade 229. Right there. And there it is right there. How am I looking so far? I found an unopened silver. This is a Maybelline color tattoo in the shade Silver Strike, and it's still wrapped in the plastic. Let's open it. I had the best intentions to do a manicure last night and it just didn't happen. Wow, it still looks really good in the container. I should wear this. I should wear all of it. That's actually kind of subtle and I like it. That would make a really nice base. Base. The last single I have is a bit of a stretch, but I figured why not pull it in. This is my Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Diamond Dust. I don't know if it's really a silver, but why not? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a silver, right? What other category would it fall under? Oh my gosh. Isn't that amazing? I have many little piles of eyeshadows in front of me. All the rest are in palettes. I have a couple of depotted singles. I'll get to those. Let's start with some of these palettes. First of all, I have my Too Faced Chocolate Chip palette. The reason I bought this eyeshadow was in part because of the silver. This one right there, I also bought it because of the purpley silver. But I think this might actually be a good dupe for that silver in the Sultry palette. So let's swatch it. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? I think that might be a really good dupe for the Sultry palette. Kind of like a slightly warmer silver. It's a little bit of warmth to it, not so icy cool colored. This is my Lorac Quad in Indulge in White Chocolate. And I'm going to swatch this guy right here. Very pretty. This is a really old Tarte Quad. I bought this off of Holt Look, which means it was old when I bought it. I don't remember this ever being in stores, but this is what it looks like, and this is the shade Silver Mist. Definitely a deeper silver with a little bit of a taupey color to it. I tried to stay away from the taupey colors, but a couple of them slipped in. Okay, this is like an icy white silver. This is my MAC Plum Luxe palette. This is a Quint. And the shadow I am gonna swatch is this top one right here. It's like a silvery white shade. And there's chunky glitter in it. There you go. Okay, this is a trio from Pop Beauty. It's a gray silver palette trio. Why can't I open it? Okay, there we go. Here it is right here. I'm going to swatch the silver in the middle. I think this is my first time swatching this palette all together. Pretty sure I got that in like an Ipsy bag. I keep coming back to that one. My eye cannot leave that Stila glitter right there. It just keeps coming back to it. Everything pales in comparison next to the shadow right here. Okay, let's keep it moving. We are moving on to a Maybelline quad. This is the Violet Volt quad. And there is a silver right there. This one's white, this one's silver. You know it's hard to tell. It's really not showing up at all. There it is right there. Okay, an old palette, one of my first palettes ever. This is a Lorac palette. Whatever sticker that indicated the name of this palette has long since fallen off, but this is what it looks like on the inside, and I am going to swatch this silver right here. Ooh, it's pigmented and powdery. And taupey. There it is. There it is right there. It's really dark. Next, I have my Urban Decay shadow box right here. I have the shade Mushroom. I might have this in another palette too. There it is right there. It looks very similar to the Lorac one. Yeah, yep. They look like twins. I have this e.l.f. baked palette. This is the California palette. I'm gonna swatch this shadow right here. I'm swatching it dry, but obviously these eyeshadows can be applied wet because they are baked. And I think it would have, oh my goodness. I think it would have a lot more impact if I did apply it wet, but that's it dry. Okay, I have another Too Faced palette. This is the Sugar Cookie eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to swatch this silver right here. This is another very, very light silver, almost white. And I think it could also be another good dupe for that Anastasia Sultry silver. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Right there. I think I can definitely say at this point that I do not need the Sultry palette. Let's keep swatching. I have my, oh boy, oh boy. I have my NARS palette right here. This is the Narcissus Dual Intensity Eyeshadow Palette. And I'm gonna swatch the silver right here. There it is, right there. Okay, I think this is my second shade of Mushroom from Urban Decay. This is the Smoked palette. Yep. There's Mushroom right there again. I'm not gonna swatch it, but I'm going to keep tally of it for the sake of my numbers of silver eyeshadows. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This is definitely a taupey silver, but I cannot help myself. I'm gonna swatch Cafe au lait. Au lait? Au lait. Cafe au lait. I think I'm saying that right. Definitely a taupey silver. This is Cafe au lait right there. It is definitely more on the taupey side. This is my jam. This is the kind of silver I know it doesn't really show up very well. This is the kind of silver I'm more likely to reach for these days than a silver like what you see on my eyes today. I just find this to be so much more wearable. I love it. That's not what I'm swatching today, but a couple snuck in. A couple more taupey silvers are from my ColourPop Fame palette. I swatched them to see if they met my criteria for silver, and the swatches were so stunning that I decided to swatch it for this video, even though it's more of a taupey silver than a silver. Particularly this shadow right here. This is the shade Debutante. There it is right there. Very similar to the Bonbon silver. A little bit more silvery. Right there. Okay, my Ulta Beauty eyeshadow palette in the Metals Jewel Tone eyeshadow palette. I am going to swatch the shade Honor, which is this one right here. It does not look like much of anything swatched. There it is right there. Okay, my Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. I'm going to swatch the shade Armor, which is this one right here. It's a darker silver shadow with silver glitter in it. I don't know if you could see the silver glitter. Okay, let's take a look at my Naked 2 palette. I'm going to swatch the shade Verve right there. Yes, Verve. This is my friend Jamie's favorite eyeshadow ever. It's more of a taupey silver.
It's silver?
It's silver. Oh, oh.
Silver?
This one right there.
Oh.
Pretty.
I made it so silvery. That's because I love it.
I see why Jamie likes it so much. It's gorgeous. There it is. There it is right there. Did you swatch it too, Hayes? You silly girl. All right, let's take a look at the Jouer Skinny Dip palette. Oh, girl, you're making it look like there's an earthquake going on in here. Okay, this is the Jouer Skinny Dip palette. It's the Ultra Foil Shimmer Shadow palette. And I'm going to swatch the first shade right here called Starlight.
Starlight?
Starlight. All right, there is Starlight right there. It's
Starlight
stunning.
right there?
Yep, that one right there.
Right there?
You like it?
This one right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, I have my Mally City Chick I Love Color Shadow Palette. I bought this on clearance. It was kind of an impulse buy, and I don't think I've used it even once. In fact, I'm positive I haven't. I'm gonna swatch the silver right there. It looks like nothing next to that Jouer shadow, but there it is right there.
That's right on my head too.
Which one? Which one do you want on your hand? Yeah, the Jouer one. Okay, from my Lorac Pro 2 palette, I have the shade Silver, which is right there. There it is right there.
Right there?
Right there.
Oh, I have silver too.
Yes, you do. Okay, I have 3 different silvers, at least, in 3 different Lorac Mega Pro palettes.
I like this one.
You like that one? Let's take a look at the Mega Pro 4, because Hazel likes it. Here it is right here. I'm gonna swatch the shade Steel Wool.
Steel Wool.
Yes, Steel Wool. All right, time to go over here.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Actually tie.
Okay, from the Mega Pro 3, I am going to swatch Glacier, which is this one right there.
I like that one too.
You like silver, huh? Who knew?
Time to do this one.
Time to do the Mega Pro 2. Okay, I'm gonna swatch the shade Gunmetal, which is this one right there.
This is my favorite. So that's it.
All Lorac shadows, all slightly different. Okay, we're at 35 silvers so far. let's keep going. All right, I have a little Revlon quad. This is called Sterling Rose. I am going to swatch this shadow right here. There it is right there. This is my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. I am going to swatch Mystic. It's kind of a blue silver. Right there. Whoa, there it is. Let's get back to some depotted silver shadows from my magnetic palettes. Here is one of my magnetic palettes right here. I'm gonna swatch this shadow. This is a Makeup Geek foiled shadow in the shade High Wire. That's High Wire. This is another magnetic palette. There's a bunch of silvers in here. I'm going to swatch this one and this one.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, that's the deeper of the two. This is the lighter of the two. I don't remember what brands those shadows were. I don't have any recollection about those depotted shadows. I depotted them years and years ago. Okay, this is another magnetic palette of depotted shadows, and I'm going to swatch this Tarte one right here. It is a super light silvery shadow. It came from a holiday set many moons ago. I think that could be another dupe for the ABH shadow in the Sultry palette. Just a little bit of a warm silver. Gorgeous. Okay, I have a Quint from Wet n Wild. This is one of the Fergie ones. This is in Mixing Metals. I am going to swatch this one right there. This was like my everyday eyeshadow palette for like 6 months. That was a long time ago. There it is right there. You know I can't have a Shopping My Stash video without this guy right here. This is my e.l.f. 100 pan palette, and I basically have an entire row of silvers. I am going to swatch this one right here, or this one. I'll swatch this one. And it looks like absolutely nothing. There it is right there. You can't even see it. Let me try to build it up a little. There it is right there. Very faint. Okay, I have my Balm Voyage palette from the Balm. I'm gonna swatch this silver right here. That's the shade A3. There it is right there. I have this dark rose palette from BH Cosmetics. This is another oldie. I've had it for a long time. I'm gonna swatch this shadow right here. It's just a whole bunch of not very pigmented shadows right there. Up next is my Sephora Ombre Obsessions palette. I'm gonna swatch this. I am going to swatch this silver right there. A lot of these silvers just aren't showing up very well lately. All right, there it is right there. This is my Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan palette. If anything should pop, it should be this one. I'm going to swatch Woodabi. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. It looks like there's a little bit of blue in this silver. Much better. There it is right there. This is my BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I'm gonna swatch the shade Carnival right there. There it is right there. Another palette from the Balm. This is the Balm Jovi palette. I am going to swatch Metallica. Oh, the heart mirror. Maybe this could be another dupe for ABH. sultry. And it's just kind of a silvery white right there. Maybe though. I have another silver eyeshadow from Juvia's Place. This is Mont Blanc from the Douce palette. Douce? This actually looks a lot lighter swatched than it does in the pan. There it is, right there. Okay, I have my Zodiac palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to swatch the Gemini down here. We are running out of real estate. Right here. That palette never disappoints me. It is such a good palette. My Eyes Are the Window to the Soul palette from Stila has a silver in it. Down here. Kind of a taupey silver. This is my Urban Decay 20 Year Vice Reloaded palette. I'm going to swatch the shadow Swallow. Right there. Okay, just two more palettes. This is another Urban Decay palette. This is the Heavy Metals palette. I am going to swatch the shade, okay, Blinding, Blinding. I have a silver here, and a taupey silver here. I am going to swatch Glam Rock, this one down here. Stunning. And finally, I have my Smashbox palette from many holidays ago. I am going to swatch the shade Silver Moon, which is right over here, right beneath the glare. Right there. If my numbers are correct, I have 55 silver eyeshadows in my stash. Some darker, some lighter, some taupier, some not. Plenty of silvers. And most importantly, I feel like I found a couple of good dupes for that silver shade in the Sultry palette that has been calling my name. So I can let that go. I can calm down about the Sultry palette because, surprisingly, I have some silvers that I can use. Not surprisingly at all. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you check out Elisabeth and see what silvers she found in her stash. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.